This week on the Sea Lifter Show, we talk about how to survive your Thanksgiving vacation.
And we are back with the College Lifter Show, back with Ryan.
What's up?
And this week we're talking about Thanksgiving. A couple topics for today is how to work out while traveling, how not to gorge yourself, fighting tightness, fit shaming, and reorganizing yourself for the new year. So, working out while you're traveling. It's pretty easy when you're a CrossFitter because there's a pretty good network of different CrossFit gyms. You can go to CrossFit.com and find one.
Yeah, definitely anywhere you can get a workout, that's for sure. And even more than that, if you can't get to a gym, there's plenty of websites out there. The roaming wad, the traveling wad. There's several of them.
There's a body weight wad spreadsheet that you can do.
Yeah. There's a lot of them where you can just look up and get some kind of. If you're in a hotel room or there's just no gym around whatsoever, there's plenty of places you can get that. I mean, and I think helping out the local CrossFit box is a great thing by doing a little drop in. Most drop-in rates are maybe $20. I mean, it's not going to break you, and you get a new experience. And a lot of gyms that I've heard of, you can get they have a drop-in rate plus a T-shirt fee.
Yeah, that's what I was about to say. So you get the T-shirt too.
Yeah, some people do $25. You get a T-shirt and a workout. That's a pretty good deal.
Yeah.
So then you get to show off that you're a cultured CrossFitter, that you're not just from your gym.
I've never heard cultured CrossFitter before.
Oh, yeah.
But yeah, I mean, I think that's a great thing. Even if, let's say, you don't like their programming compared to your gym or their coaching or whatever, it's one workout. It's not going to kill you. And really just shout out on social media. What's the best gym in this city or in this area?
Yeah, that's definitely what you do. And I mean, just a simple Google search when you get there will tell you, just CrossFit, and it'll bring up all the ones in your area, and that'll answer a lot of questions. Yeah.
And moving on, so how to not gorge yourself? How, because everyone gets tempted. You show up Thanksgiving, all this food, everyone's there. The whole thing is to gorge yourself. If you don't, you're seen as the weirdo.
Yeah. Now I'm obviously the expert on not eating a lot. Just kidding. So this is definitely your question. So what do you think?
Okay. So one thing we were talking about earlier is last week I went way too low on carbohydrates compared to fats and everything else.
And that's a great problem to have.
It was a great problem to have. I lost a lot of weight in that week. And this past week I went back up to where I should be. And I was more hungry there. So stick more towards the filling, the turkey, the meats and stuff like that. That'll help you out. You'll feel full. I mean, I take Thanksgiving as a little bit of a license to cheat. I cheat once a week. I follow Chris Moore's Vice Friday.
Yeah.
So just make that your Vice Friday. Don't spill that over into, I'll have leftovers in the same amount as I had during Thanksgiving for the next 3 days.
Yeah, no, I think that's good advice. That's definitely good advice. Just be realistic, approaching it, okay, I am going to eat a lot at Thanksgiving. Everybody's guilty of it. And just be conscious of that going into it. Don't have the, whenever the pie is cooked the night before, don't have any of that.
Right, yeah.
Save it,
It's that one day.
Yeah. And then, you can, splurge a little bit here and there. But, yeah, just be realistic going into it.
Yeah.
Definitely.
So, yeah, that's what I would do, honestly. I mean, my favorite thing that I will fight is the sweet potato casserole. I could eat the entire thing.
Oh, yeah, definitely. Sweet potato casserole is my jam. How's that even food? How's that not a dessert? That's sweet potato pie with marshmallows on top.
And brown sugar, yeah.
That's not a dessert. But
that's a good question.
That's the hashtag gains food right there for sure.
That is, if you're trying to gain weight, this is the perfect time for you. Just go.
If you're on the other end of the spectrum, go ahead, tear up all that food, and gorge yourself every night. That's really what it takes. If you're somebody say trying to gain weight for a sport, that's the most valuable thing you can do is learn how to force feed. Force feeding is huge. I know whenever I was going from high school to college, I wanted to gain about 50 pounds, and I did that in a summer. Right. Gained a lot of strength. Now, it was a lot of fat. I was an offensive lineman, so, it was okay. No, I shouldn't say okay. It wasn't okay. I ended up coming back down a little bit. Yeah, but it helped. It helped. But learning how to force feed, just sit down and just pounding that food, eat until you're sick every meal, does have its place. With, proper amount of training, of course.
Did you do that thing where you wake up, in the middle of the night, take a shake, and go back to sleep?
No, I just ate a lot of food.
Don't do that. Do his way, not my old way. You'll wake up just going,
Oh, yeah.
So, that's how not to gorge yourself unless you're trying to gain weight, then just go for it. Tightness from traveling. So, you're going to be in a car. Like, for example, I am traveling from Pensacola to Jacksonville and then up to North Carolina. Within 2 days, in a car the whole time. It's going to be pretty brutal. What do you think I should do?
I think there's a lot of things not a lot. We'll break it down into a few things you should be thinking about as you're doing that. One thing that I know that I like to do whenever I'm traveling a long way is take advantage of rest stops. So, like, if you can stop maybe once every 2 hours, I'd say that. I'd use that as a maximum. Once every hour, because you're only going to be there for a couple minutes, is a good thing. And a couple spots that we want to hit more than anything is ankles, hamstrings, hip flexors, and a little bit of shoulder, depending on where you usually get tight at. So, if we're going to talk about just a few stretches that you can hit everyone, and you don't have to hold it for the full 2 minutes. Just kind of break yourself loose a little bit. If you can just do a simple calf stretch on the back of your car, moving your ankle around, do that for about 30 seconds on each leg. For some hamstrings, just some simple fold, simple hip fold where you're stretching your hamstrings a little bit, maybe for a minute. You can do a little bit of couch stretch. Whenever we traveled to Tallahassee for Brandon's weightlifting meet, which is about a 2.5, 3 hour drive, we stopped at a gas station. He did the couch stretch on the back of a car. He put his knee on the bumper, his foot on the trunk lid, and did the couch stretch just like that because his front of his hips get very tight. And then it's super easy to stretch your shoulders. You grab a ledge and push your shoulder forward. You can start opening up that anterior capsule. Don't get too caught up in it. But those little things over time. So if Jacksonville's about a 5 hour drive. Yeah. If you stop 5 times and you get a minute in each of those positions, you've done 5 minutes in each position. You saved yourself a lot. Your mobility will probably be better when you get out of the car.
It might be
when you get there. So, but if you can't stop every hour, every 2 hours, I think everybody on every drive stops about every 2 hours. I feel like that's about normal, especially if you're riding with girls.
And we just lost our female audience.
Yeah. Stop and get that mobility, and it's important. It's definitely important. We just talked about 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 4 positions. One with 2 legs. So that's 5 minutes. That's 5 minutes. You can spare 5 minutes in a drive.
And wear your CrossFit shirt. Own it.
Yeah.
Have everyone walk by you doing pigeon stretch on your roof of your car?
Yeah. You be that guy. It's okay.
Exactly. And that's going to lead us into the next topic, which is going to be fit shaming. All right, so you're going to show up. You're going to have your CrossFit shirt on. You have done your mobility in front of the world on your way there.
Got all those good looks.
And your family's going to be like, oh, are you going to be the guy who's not going to eat? Are you going to be the guy who only eats healthy?
Mm-hmm. Yeah, and because you turned down that third piece of pie, everybody's going to be like, what, you don't eat like that anymore or something like that? Yeah. And it's the worst. It's the worst. Like in my situation, like owning a small gym, it's so you work out all day. That's all you do. And man, that's a fun conversation to have 100 times of how I just work out all day. Yeah. Don't disregard the 80 plus hours a week. But I work out all day.
Yeah. So, exactly.
Yeah. And then just it's not bad, and it's fit shaming is a bad word for it, but it just gets annoying. You don't eat this stuff, or you stay away from this stuff, or and there's always questions. There's so many questions. How many times do you get asked? People ask you how bad are sodas, when you're like, why would you even drink it? Like, it's really bad. Like, everybody knows.
It's like going, am I going to lose my leg? Well, I might go for it, but if I lose the whole right side of my body, no, I
won't. Yeah. So no, that's definitely one that just it's more of an annoyance thing.
The worst for me is where you show up and you are that guy trying to gain weight, and everyone's like, but you work out, you're healthy. Why are you eating that?
Yeah. So I think the best thing you can do in that situation when you're getting, I guess scrutinized is the right word, but whenever your family's drilling you and stuff, is just be open and trying more than anything, without going overboard and without seeming like you're being overbearing, kind of looking down on anybody. Be an example.
Yeah.
Don't, like I said, don't have that third piece of pie. Be an example. Show that, it's okay. Have water with your meal. I think we all do that. It's pretty normal. Just be an example. Show them what, being fit's all about, but be realistic. Don't be the only person with, when there's a whole Thanksgiving spread, you only eat a salad. Right?
Yeah, don't be that guy.
Yeah, be real. Show them that, you can train and eat right and still have some stuff that's, not good every now and then.
Yeah. So you're going to come back. You had Thanksgiving. You had your Vice type meal. You went out. You didn't go too hard, though.
Right.
This is kind of a hard time of the year for people because they're like, well, my diet and my training are already going to be ruined for Thanksgiving. Mm-hmm. And then we're going to have like a couple weeks, and then it's going to be ruined again for Christmas and New Year's. So how would you approach someone and encourage them to not get discouraged and be like, forget it, whatever, it's all over?
Yeah, I definitely deal with this a lot, like with clients that go in, people that are going out of town on vacation and you go and visit family or, just like over Thanksgiving. Because it is a week that, like, let's say even if you are staying here, you do have family coming in, it's hard to get away from them. So what I usually say is just be realistic going into it. Realize that you probably aren't going to get to train your 5 days like you would like to. That's okay. It's okay to have a week where you're not going 100% like you usually are. Be realistic, kind of plan ahead as much as you can, try and get a regular schedule. So like if you have all of your family coming in on Wednesday and you got to get the house cleaned up or whatever, starting Tuesday afternoon. So say, okay, I'm going to train hard Monday, Tuesday, and then I know I'm going to be able to train the day after Thanksgiving, something like that. So, be realistic with it and just have a plan. That's the biggest thing. Have a plan and don't say, oh, no matter what. I don't care if my family's here. I don't care who's here. I'm training because it's going to blow up in your face. It's definitely going to blow up in your face.
One thing I would say is do what I usually do on a almost daily basis is train really early in the morning.
Yeah.
So you eat Thanksgiving dinner, everyone's asleep. You get up before them, get your workout, and come back, usually before they wake up, let's be honest.
Oh, but Will, this is my break. This is when I go to school all the time. I'm tired. I don't feel like waking up that early.
Those are the same people who don't wake up that early anyway.
There you go. Yeah, that's not even...
But, like, honestly, if you want to be successful at stuff, at some point you got to sacrifice that.
That's right.
I'm not saying sacrifice sleep. Sleep is important. But
sacrifice time in other places.
Right. So maybe go to bed a little bit earlier instead of staying up and playing video games with your cousin or whatever. Go to sleep a little bit earlier, wake up, and then spend your time with your family afterwards. So it's all done. You don't have to worry about it.
Yeah, I agree with that 100%. And that, once again, that just goes back to having a plan.
Yeah.
So knowing, okay, I need to be back at my house by 8 o'clock so I can go sleep so I can wake up at 4:30, 5 o'clock, whatever it is, so I can go get my workout in.
And if your abs are worth it, you'll do it.
Yeah.
All right, so that's going to be it for this week's show. Please go to our Twitter, Facebook, Instagram, to our website, sealiftershow.com for new content that we're going to be trying to come out with soon. He doesn't even know about it yet. But we'll see you all next week.
Leave us some questions.
Yes, questions, please.